so I asked, can I?
Hey, could count on my power, hey, look at my dogs from. It was way back then, you could claim what you saw, but you weren't with us. The higher the climb, the harder the fall, but how did you get up? I done got rich and went broke, then got rich again, just a little hiccup. I done been ballin' this pickup. Remember me being so bummy and being so hungry, I had to eat gristle. Ay, how did the lady go miss? Ay, how she was magic, she mixed. Met her at one of the functions, we caught her the rhythm, she caught up a friend, they kissed and we dipped it, and that's how we kicked it.
Let me explain what I did, can I kick it? Hold on, yeah, I got some rings and a range, can I kick it? Yeah, don't ask me a thing, how I got her, how I did it. Yeah, spend the whole half, had a blast, can I kick it? Even with a sprain, pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain, can I kick it? Things ain't been the same, things have changed, can I kick it? People acting different, so I asked, can I? Before I went live, they know what I was, ain't no one alive to do what I.
Welcome back in, everyone, to EA Sports coverage of the NFL. It's the Falcons in possession of the football as we rejoin the action in the first quarter. Another try on second down with Gurley. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's finished off by a Todd Gurley touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
First and 10 at their own.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early, as they've got it first and 10. Wilson. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Complete to Tyler Lockett. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Nothing the score after 1 on EA Sports.
10. Seahawks nothing.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And this will be a Seahawks first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
6. First down, Seahawks.
From the shotgun, Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 47.
There's Wilson to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big. But sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz. And even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
One thing about the Seattle Seahawks offense, they are a run-first group, but when they throw the ball, they want to throw it downfield and sting defenses. And Philip Dorsett provides great speed and a good target downfield in order to get that done. Nice catch there. His speed adds an extra dimension to the Seahawks offense.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They run it with Carson. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and
from the gun, it's Wilson. Over the middle, Dorsett. And he'll go down at the 28. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Gain of 9 yards.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Throwing again. Wilson. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, a 22.
Greg Olsen was a big-time pickup for the Seattle Seahawks in the offseason. Spent the last 9 seasons with Carolina as an all-pro, Pro Bowl tight end, and did the same thing before that with the Chicago Bears. Now he moves to the Northwest and gives Russell Wilson a big-time target in the middle of the field.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Wilson will throw again. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
Incomplete. Leads to 2nd and goal.
Again, Wilson. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. Throwing again here, Wilson. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Myers able to knock it through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10 to 3.
10. Seahawks 3.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Todd Gurley and the offense, they get set and trot back out there now. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the 2nd quarter.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
From the 36, Ryan going to flare this one out to Gurley in the flat. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
A 2-yard pickup.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. And he is going to have a Falcons first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Just to pick up a 3, but that is indeed enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. On first down, Ryan. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Ridley, 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Seahawks 43.
Back to the ground game here. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first.
10 at the 36-yard line.
2 minutes. We'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Ryan going to get this complete to Hurst and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And that catch, he just hit number 800 in his NFL career.
And just think, that puts you in top 35 range all time in the NFL in terms of number of catches. One significant guy in that number, Shannon Sharp, who was a tight end. That's big-time play right there.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
A 39-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3.
Falcons 13. Seahawks 3.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And they will get the first down here as they move into field goal range as well, inside the 25.
1st and 10.
We remind you, lots more to come here in this opening weekend of the Return to Football 2020. Coming up later tonight, it's the national debut of SoFi Stadium in Southern California. The Cowboys and the Rams doing battle there. And then 2 more to finish off the week on Monday Night Football. The Steelers and Giants from MetLife Stadium, and the Titans and Broncos from Mile High. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. He'll find Metcalf. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Good catch there by DK Metcalf. And when he came into the league, we were all impressed by his physical attributes. Looked like he was chiseled out of stone. This guy's body is one that we all really wanted to have. But as his rookie season progressed, they added more and more to his plate. Now at times, with his size, his speed, and ability to catch the ball downfield, he looks downright unstoppable.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll kick things off with an NFC East battle between 2 old foes, Philadelphia and Washington. And in the second quarter, it is the Eagles who are out in front. Carson Wentz has thrown a couple of touchdown passes there. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And you can see there it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Phillip Rivers has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting Dolphins. Cam Newton's thrown a touchdown pass. In our game, it was the former MVP, Matt Ryan, with a strong first half. His guys have the lead, as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half.
DJ Reed on the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10.
As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. On second down, it's Carson, and he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Here's Wilson to throw on third down. He lets it fly for Lockett. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get him to 4th down. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now.
That's caught inside the 20. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 54 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's Gurley. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
A 3-yard pickup.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and
from the shotgun. Ryan. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. On the ground with a tight end. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Falcons push further out in front.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
Oh, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that would be considered a fumble.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now Wilson on first down. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down.
It's always interesting when you get ready for a Seattle Seahawks game because when you think of their receivers, you think of these guys going to be 6'3", 6'4", 225 pounds out on the perimeter. But Tyler Lockett, he shatters all of those thoughts. Much more like a water bug, but maybe their most trusted target downfield. Led Seattle with 1,057 yards last season, operates in the slot and outside, and as tough as any receiver in the NFL. Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On third down, Carson. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. From the right hash, this from 53. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. And after the early struggles, we've seen the uptick in his numbers. Do you think maybe it was a meeting on the sideline to say, hey, get me the ball. I'm a key part of this offense.
Those guys don't wait to get to the sidelines. They say it in the huddle on every snap, get them the ball. But I think what happens is, similar to a great running back, have some patience, have some confidence, and just know that over the course of a game, your talents are going to win out. You're going to find a way to make plays, and I think that's what we're seeing here. He's finally figured out some things they're doing to him on defense, and he's adjusted accordingly.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. Short throw underneath to Hurst. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
Brings up third down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's fourth.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
The Falcons send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 26.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
At the 28-yard.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down. And out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Grady Jarrett picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. On the return, Dortch. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 7.
On 3rd down, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First catch there by Julio Jones, and let's face it, we're almost running out of ways to say he's great. So let's put it into this context. 3rd among active players in receiving yards, starting 2020, just 852 yards behind tight end Jason Witten.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Another carry now for Gurley. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football. I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Henry Anderson in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
When you throw it as often as Matt Ryan does, you're going to face some pressure, and he tied for the most sacks last year with 48 as he got sacked there again, but he also led the league in completions. A little bit of feast and famine when Matt Ryan goes back into the pocket.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Another try after the first down sack. Ryan to the right side and complete to Hurst. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The Falcons on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jones. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Intended for Russell Gage. He was covered by Jamal Adams.
2nd and 10 now. Ryan. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. From 6 yards away. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This is DJ Reed returning. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. On 1st down, Wilson. And Olsen over the middle. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
10 yards.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards, a 1st down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the shotgun, Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Nothing the passer, defense.
We can't have that.
So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Now Wilson. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
And with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now it's Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Allen Bailey able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal. Now brings up a decision on 4th down.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be incomplete. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on fourth.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. He gives to Gurley. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Again they run with Gurley.
Todd Gurley, the ball.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
CD, you remember John Elway?
Oh, boy. How could I forget John Elway and how many NFL defenses? So glad he's no longer throwing the ball around.
Well, Elway threw for 51,475 yards, and we just saw him go past that number for career passing yards.
That means his career now as memorable as John Elway's, and that's a pretty significant accomplishment.
Man, what an accomplishment it is. Congratulations. And he's still doing it. Still doing it at a high level. They'll try and chew some clock with Gurley. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Bobby Wagner, the NFL's leading tackler in 2019, there on the stop.
2nd and 7.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 4th down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that, got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Returnable for Lockett. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message.
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Falcons grab it. And this will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the fourth quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock. So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
That's complete into the hands of Carson. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dante Fowler in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Falcons, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try again next week at home